time the doctor placed you in my arms, I knew I'd be death before I let you meet harm. Although questions arose in my mind, would I be man enough against wrong? Choose right and be standing up. From the hospital that first night, took an hour just to get the car seat in right. People driving off fast got me kinda upset. Got you home safe, placed you in your bassinet. That night I don't think 1 week I slept. As I slipped out my bed to your crib I crept. Touched your head gently, felt my heart melt, cause I knew I loved you more than life itself. Into my knees, and I begged the Lord, please let me be a good daddy. All he needs, love, knowledge, discipline too. I pledge my life to you.
All right, y'all ready? Let's get this thing started. Yo. Welcome to the Channel Black Podcast, Father's Day edition. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to the fathers that are here with us, that are not here with us. We appreciate you. We love you. All the father figures, and even all the young ladies who are holding it down on both sides. We love y'all too. We appreciate everything you do. But today, this is about the fathers. We here, Channel Black Podcast. We promoting everything black community, black love. We definitely trying to stay positive and show a positive side of the black community. And today, like I said, we want to show nothing but love and shout outs to all fathers today. We got your boy here, Irv. We got Corey C. And we got L Green in the building. This is special podcast. We dropped this early just so we could focus on the fathers today. So welcome to a special episode for Happy Father's Day. Y'all want to shout out any fathers before we get on?
There's so many. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to the guys in this room. Irv, L Green, you got James, Samuels, Kofi, Julio. I hope I don't forget anybody. Myself, my stepdad. That's off the top of my head. That's about it.
What about you, Green?
Take the time to shout out my real dad, R.I.P. Heavenly Father's Day. This is my second one for him, and my stepfather. Without y'all, Al Green wouldn't be here still. So I really appreciate it. And the men in this room as well. You should surround yourself with strong black men, strong back figures in your life to help you progress and help you maintain.
All right. I guess it's my turn. Definitely want to shout out the men in the room with me. Corey C. being a dope dad so far in this little time. He definitely holding it down. L Green been doing the daddy thing for a minute, man. Made me make sure I step my game up because Green be doing it. Definitely want to shout out my dad. We might not always see eye to eye, but I love him nonetheless. Definitely gonna talk some stories about him a little later in the podcast. I want to definitely shout out my father-in-law, Mr. Rock. My brother-in-laws are some dope dads that be doing their thing. Junior, Rock, Dwight Allen. Shoot, I think my cousins them. On my cousin Nate. These some real good dads, man. They my homie, like you say, James, Kofi, Julio. These dudes is like they out there like nobody can say like the people I know. These are some real dope dads that's out there. Dude I work with, real cool dude, man. Vet, Percy Williams, real good dude out there. Really a good dude, man. He's definitely been. I feel like he put me under his wing and he teaching me a lot of stuff. So I definitely want to shout him out on the podcast. And did I forget anybody? I hope I didn't forget anybody. But I definitely had. Go ahead, Green.
I was gonna say I forgot a couple people, but y'all know who y'all is. Y'all know what y'all do. Everything that's done in the dark ain't gotta be brought to the light. You ain't gotta be in the light as a good father to be a good father. We know what time it is. So just keep doing your thing. Keep your head up. Know that you got support from all ends.
For sure, for sure. Also, I want to say for me, I can't say that it didn't take one person. I mean, I took a lot
Like
from
when
a
it was
lot
a
of
village, though,
yeah, man. I took a
raising
lot
child.
from a lot of these guys,
It ain't
man.
like that no more, man.
I definitely
But
took
we
a
need
lot.
to get back to that, where it's a village raising our children or helping to be fathers, especially when there are absentee fathers and these mothers trying to do it for themselves. My apologies for cutting.
No, you good, bro. You good. I like to say I learned a lot from a lot of different men. I'm still learning a lot from a lot of different men because I'm still learning. So my thing is to you guys, since y'all been dads, what have y'all learned from being a father or from y'all father figures?
Learn that you ain't got to say yes to everything. You can tell their ass no sometimes. Besides, you tell them no, you ain't got to give them everything they want. Sometimes teach them what you wish you would have known, other than giving them what you wish you would have had. Knowledge is power, so let's empower our children.
I mean, I learned about patience. I definitely didn't have that starting out. I was very, very impatient. I guess the more time I spent with them, the more time you got to understand your child and kind of find that that dividing line of okay, every action don't need a reaction. Um, always keep your composure. Never hurt your kids, even when you're mad. Try not to discipline when you're mad. I'm still working on that myself because I'm a big disciplinary type of father. So, but yeah, as far as patience, that's the main thing for me.
All right. Is there any lessons you learned from your dad that you want to share, or father figures that y'all want to share?
I mean, I have a stepfather, a biological father, of course, but they like day and night. So I actually got the chance to see both sides of the spectrum, to where I learned some things from both sides. Actually, like if you can put those two men together, that's the perfect man, honestly. Um, so I'm thankful to have that, and that's the positive spin I put on that. So.
Any specific things that you say, man? If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have known this.
Man,
Or it's too many to name.
I mean, I can name a few, but it's a lot to name because I mean, certain things that you don't think that they taught you that you picked up on, they taught you that and you don't realize that sometimes they can teach you. Your father can teach you things without even telling you anything. Just by you watching them, you pick up on certain mannerisms and the way he conducts himself and the way he handles situations. Like with my stepfather, he's more so aggressive. He's like the typical manly man. My dad is different. He handles things logically, or he's more laid back in a sense. So, as far as basketball, that's my stepfather kind of brought my game to that level. It's boxing, working out, like as far as just being a man, learn how to do manly stuff, fixing things. So he definitely taught me how to be a man at an early age, earlier than I would have liked, but it is what it is.
What about you, El Green?
I guess I was taught never to get too angry. Try to just evaluate situations before you react.
That ain't work.
In most cases, it did. Sometimes I still snap, but at times I do try to evaluate. I try. It's not always easy. It's a full-time job trying to keep the Glock cold.
Which I mean, obviously, he taught that to you for you to pay attention to it.
Of course he did. He taught that to you to try to keep you out of situations that you still end up in, possibly because you're a hard-headed young man. Young, dumb, full of cum is what they call it, but that's neither here nor there right now. Patience is, as Coach C was talking about, is probably something that was really taught to me, and it's definitely a virtue to be patient. Because you see, especially these days, a lot of things are getting rushed. They don't always last. So be patient.
That's dope. Well, I say for myself, the lessons I definitely learned from my dad is probably a little different from what y'all was saying. I could definitely say my dad, I don't know, he definitely different now than he was when I was growing up. So if somebody see my dad, not even like, that's not the same person that this dude talking about. But listen, the way I cook, the way I do certain stuff, I actually got it from my dad, man. I find myself like, they be like, man, my dad taught me how to tie a tie. I mean, he taught me some stuff. I'm like, damn, I didn't even realize that he taught me. I mean, and also I don't drink because of my dad. But that's that's on me. But fishing, me and Green still go fishing with my pops from time to time.
That dude, though. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, he's a real wild fisher, man. I mean, he's trying to. I say this: if he didn't teach me what I knew, I wouldn't be doing what I do when I get out there when I go fishing. And I actually enjoy it. So I definitely appreciate him for putting that in me. It's a relaxing thing for me, especially when you catch something. Because when you don't, it's like a waste of time. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Going out there not catching nothing is no fun.
That boy be out there catching the tan most of the time.
But I definitely say he's taught me some stuff that I look forward to sharing with my boys as they get older. So I definitely I appreciate him. I probably don't tell him as much as I need to, but I definitely appreciate him.
And that's something I really want to touch on. Make sure you tell him, whoever you love, that you love them, because you never know when you're not going to have that opportunity again.
Yeah, I don't think fathers get that enough, honestly.
Fathers, mothers, grandfathers, grandmothers, boyfriends, girlfriends, just make sure you tell them. If it's every day you got to tell them, let them know every day. Because you never know when it's your time. You never know when you or someone else may not make it back home.
Yeah.
So why hold that in? Let them, give them like they say, give them their flowers while they're here. Give them their flowers while they're here. Let them know.
And I'm not saying praise a black man just because he's because he's home and doing what he's supposed to do. But at the same time, I think this is just my opinion. But if we start praising the fathers that are there, I think it'll. Not saying that we should make it cool again. Like we shouldn't have to, but I think that it should be a nation, as far as the black community, like a nationwide thing to where we're praising the fathers that are there. So make it cool again for black men to to not be planting these seeds everywhere and
I mean, I'm gonna say this though. I feel like the media. I'm not trying to the media put it out there that fathers aren't there. I mean, I know the people I know. All the guys that I know are in their children's life. And my fault, I also want to shout out the homie Antonio Ellis. He's definitely a dope dad too. But all the guys that I know in my circle, and also I do have a small circle, but in my family, all the men that I know are in their children's life. So this narrative that men aren't there, I can't say that I agree with that. These men at this table here with me are definitely in their children's life, and not in a sense of they were forced to. I mean, from the time I've known Green, that was his heart. Like when he had his first daughter, that was his heart, man. Every time I talked to Green, that was his heart. Now he kids after, and he's still the same dude.
I personally can't spend more than a day or two with my son without feeling the effects of it. So, I don't see how some fathers can go weeks, months, years without talking to or seeing their children. I think that's a problem for me. So, when I look back and like my biological father wasn't present all the time for a certain period of time. When you have your own child and you feel that love that you have for your children, you think like, damn, how could my dad not be there for me like that? And it kind of makes you feel a little different. And I'm not going to say that, I don't need my dad around, whatever, or this and that. But you learn to live without him.
That's unfortunate, but
I don't think nobody ever can say, "Oh, I don't need him." You do need her. You do need that. There's a connection with your children that you don't know we have. That we don't know we have a spiritual connection, and whether you have a stepfather or whatever, it'll never be that biological connection that you have with your parent. And I think we just learn to live without it, and I think something be missing when we don't have it, whether we know it or not.
I agree. And one last thing I'm gonna say, as far as lessons I've learned, like I say, my dad is definitely a little different. So I learned a lot of things from him of stuff that I didn't like. Now, mind you, I was a kid, and some things, as a kid, you're like, man, when I become a dad, I'm not doing that. So there's a lot of things that I took from my dad that I didn't like, that I implement heavily with my kids now. So I still take that as a lesson. Like it might have bothered me as a kid, but I make sure I don't carry those same things with my kids now. So Anything else for we? I got a question for you boys, unless y'all got something else on those lessons. Y'all good? All right. So, since being a father, has fatherhood changed y'all? And if so, how?
Go ahead, Green.
Yeah, it changed me. It definitely it changed me because prior to me being a father, I probably ain't really give no cares about too much. But after my first daughter, who we spoke of, I noticed myself growing up. I noticed me being more patient, uh, being quicker to evaluate a situation than I would to react to a situation. So yeah, it makes you. I mean, like Cole says, you have that spiritual connection that you may not know of or it's unspoken of, but it's there with your child from birth. Like from the time that you hold them in your arms for the first time, you can feel it. So yeah, if you're man enough to lay there and make it, be man enough to help take care of it, and you'll definitely see. Like having girls, man, having girls is it's a different vibe altogether, boy.
Right,
Trust that.
only you can address that at this
It's a
table.
different vibe altogether. Trust that. So
Yeah, only you can
it
address
definitely
that.
changed me, and changed me for the better though, because the path I was on, I've been told a couple times I wasn't supposed to see 18 or 24.
I think we all heard
Your
that.
boy still sitting here, so cherish every gray hair on my head and my beard. I
You
cherish
old
every
dude,
moment I
bro.
get.
You
Put
old
out my
dude.
jits, man.
You
Trust
old
that.
dude. Well,
You
that's
ain't too
recorded.
far behind me, boy.
What
See
you
that white
mean,
over
bro?
there,
What?
boy?
I
What
put
that is?
this.
That's
I
some white
dyed
eye.
my junk
That's
white, bro. I
dyed.
dyed my junk white.
Yeah, die hell. Die. The hell died. Funeral for that shit.
What about you, Corey C? Has it changed you?
That's an understatement, honestly. That responsibility, that that's a life. It's honestly life changing, especially if you're there every day. I had my son at 23, so I'm just not. I wasn't. I had just got out of being a teenager, so I wasn't. I'm not saying it's too young. It was too old. It was kind of just right as far as the age. I mean, I would prefer to be 25, but um, almost just the responsibility, man. Like now, this paycheck's no longer just yours. This paycheck means something. This everything you do means something, and that's kind of how I start looking at it. Like the way I act towards, or the way I act at work, what I do outside of work, what I do with my money, the next move I make as far as career wise, like it was everything just calculated at this point. It was like, damn, I can't mess up. Like if I mess up, it ain't just me. I got a family to think about. I gotta, how am I gonna set him up, for success? Oh, and yeah, so my thing, just responsibility.
Just always trying to make your next move your best move.
Right. Or just not fall, just not. And I think that's just my biggest thing.
No, I guess I'll chime in with you because I think for me, as far as have I changed, it's right like same thing you said, Corey. It's like I don't want to say I was selfish before, but that definitely you can't be selfish once you have kids, man. Like it's all I don't want to say it's all about them, but it's all about them. And that's how I look at my thing. That's how I look at stuff now. It's like, what can I do to better myself so that way they don't have to go through the same stuff I went through. I think if it wasn't for them, I probably like even us doing this podcast is more so. I feel like this is a way for us to educate ourselves more because we definitely don't want to be up here talking stuff we don't know nothing about. We definitely want to make sure that you good. We definitely want to make sure that we want to we're a little bit more informed and stuff. So I think that's only benefiting them. When I talk to them, teach them stuff, it's definitely I say it's a blessing, man, because it motivates me to do more and be more, so that way I want to be their role model. I know that might sound cliche, because I guess growing up there's always you just want to be like Mike or you want to be like these celebrities, but I literally. And if I fall short of it, I fall short of it. It's not a big deal. But my goal is I want to be my kid's superhero. I want them to look at me as their role model. I want them to be like, okay, I want to be like my dad when I grow up.
Well, let me ask you a question. If your children if you ask your children a question as far as like, what's the main thing you want to leave behind for your kids as far as like advice? Like, what would be like I guess the top type of influence you want to leave on your kids?
What do you mean? Like as far as like
If you die-
advice
if
or
you
what
die
they
tomorrow-
remember, a lesson?
Yeah, if you died tomorrow, what's the, like what? How would you want your kids to remember you?
Man, that's tough. I guess because you asking me on the top of my head,
Mhm.
I'd say I just want them to know that I loved them and I was there with them. Like
Well,
it
I'm saying
wasn't
something that you always stress about.
okay for me. My boys will always tell you, I'm telling you, listen, control your emotions.
Okay.
Because I feel like your emotions, how you deal with people, could take you far or drop you right there on the curb. Like if you go off on somebody, then nobody gonna really want to work with you right after that. But if you can control, if somebody, no matter how other people treat you, if you can control your emotions, I feel like that'll take you a lot further than you going crazy on people. That's just how I look at it. I might whether right or wrong, that's just how I look at it. So.
What about you, Green?
That's a good point. Control your emotions. Me? Not really sure.
For me, it'll be more so financial planning for your future. To get that head start while you're young, so when you get in your 20s, you become more so set up for, owning properties and getting your house at an early age and enjoying your 30s instead of still working hard in your 30s.
I feel like that's us though. Like I feel like
That is
that's
us.
what we're working on right now.
But
But you got to educate yourself
right.
in order to teach them.
I want to teach him at 5 and 6, so he can try to be, he can try to create stuff. When he's 9 and 10, I looked at, I created this, I did this, and I want to try to sell this. I want to like implant that entrepreneur spirit in him at a young age. It didn't get to me until in my 20s. So if I can get to him when he's 8, 9 years old, I think that'll manifest into something great.
That's dope. That's dope.
I said I didn't know because to me, I see like especially right how we're living right now. Credit is so important.
Right.
Credit, building your credit is
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
important, and if you don't have it, it's like so crippling to your everything. It's to the point where jobs are running your credit score right now before you can get a job. Like what does my credit score have to do with my work ethic?
That's the way I color people though.
So that's why I was like, I'm not really sure. I would want to build credit, but I would also want to build. I would want them to remember me as a family man who took care of them, who provided for them, and would go to the ends of the earth to make sure that they were straight.
So,
Yeah.
which leads to my next question: would you prefer to be financially stable for your family but not see them, or would you prefer to be in the household but not really bring in any income, but you're still there every day? Which one would you? Which one you think is the better
That
thing?
question actually relates to me tremendously because when I was working for the company I was working for prior to where I am now, and that's what it was. It was all work. I never really saw my family. And, some days I would have to work from 9 in the morning to 12 o'clock at night. So by the time I get home, kids sleep, wife sleep, everybody sleep, you feel me? So I'm not my fault. But, yeah.
Now we hear you, Green. You good, man? No pressure. We got you. So you were saying when you was working like till midnight.
But yeah, so I got to, the after you put in your time like that for a company and then they can just come through and lay you off. Like no explanation, this ain't worry about your family. They don't give a fuck who you got to feed tomorrow. They don't care about anything.
So do you think providing for your family is more important than being there, or is
I
being
was
there
getting
more
to that
important than
point,
providing?
That's tough though.
I was getting to that.
I know. I
That's-
want to make
that's-
sure I have a direct question.
But
No,
that's still
but
tough though, cause
not
like
really.
you gotta
I know,
provide.
I know.
You gotta
You have
provide
to-
though.
You have to provide, true. But if you're not there to guide them,
Mhm.
then what you provide don't really matter because they're gonna be what you're providing is gonna be a ticket out of jail for them if you're not guiding them properly. If they're growing up wild, so
I get
you
what Corey was
you
trying to
gotta
say.
have a good balance of both. Is what I'm trying to say.
I'm not talking about balance. My point is to say what's more important. So
Well, how can you say? But I think they both go hand in hand. I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know if it's.
But that's my point. That's my whole point. My whole point is A lot of the time, the father is basically valued by what he brings to the table, and not just him personally. Like a lot of the time, if the father isn't financially providing, then society deems him as less than a man. He's not a man if he's not providing, and I think that's a bad.
But in whose eyes though? Because if you with a
What
woman
society-
who doesn't make you feel that way, then fuck what society says.
But
Are your kids happy? Is your wife happy? And I understand about providing and wanting them to be better, especially if you're not here. But that's why they have life insurance policies. So if something does, God forbid, happen to you, maybe they get a jump start on through that. But that's how you set them up financially. I mean, you could be a Bill Gates, but if you look at how Warren Buffett, or I think it's Warren Buffett, one of them, who's one of the richest people in the world with kids, and he only leaving his kids so much money, but he leaving
Bill
them.
Gates
So
left him $1 million.
exactly.
I mean,
So
that's a big ass.
and he's like, he like work for it.
That's a big
But
ass
shit,
head,
a big ass head start when you worth billions, you only leaving your kids $1 million.
He's only.
Shit.
My mama
If
left-
I'm worth billions, then my kids ain't got shit to worry about. That sounds selfish to me.
Yeah, but we know that he probably left them $1 billion in liquid assets. They getting probably properties and and businesses and this and that and deeds to this. So that's all they're saying. They got $100 million in liquid asset. You know what I'm saying? That's all we know.
I mean, I kind of see both of y'all point, but at the same time, what Green is saying, I feel like it's a catch-22 because you have to work to provide, but at the same time, are we working to provide to be able to give them stuff that more
And
luxuries more luxuries,
shit we wish we had that we're trying to
Yeah.
give them.
or is it that
That's-
they need the
Because
lessons?
you can work a certain amount. I'm sorry to cut you off,
No, you
again,
good.
but you can work a certain amount of hours and pay your utilities and your mortgage and whatever the case may be, and not have to do all that extra for your kids. But and sometimes you want your kids to outshine because you didn't have, or because you felt, what's the word I'm looking for? Can't get it right now, but you want to try to overcompensate when at
Your
times
time.
you don't have. Like sometimes all you got to do is spend time,
But let's
get
say
knowledge.
you're a father and the mother doesn't work, right? And the father has to work 2 and 3 jobs. So I'm saying work with it, but sometimes that option is taken away. That's my point. Sometimes that spending time is taken away because you have to work 3 jobs to pay the bills or whatever. So you don't have the option to say, I'm gonna spend time with my kids because you gotta go to work.
I got you. But again, like how you say, we're trying to elevate ourselves and better ourselves, so we could, make it easier for them. But it's not always financial. It could be those life lessons, so that way they don't have to go through what we went through. It don't have to be like, mind you, I'm not, it don't have to be, hey, they need new Jordans every time the Jordans come out, but they might need the new lessons every time we pick up something. We could pass that on to them, so they don't have to go through what we went through.
It's lessons in failure.
So, let's see. Let's go on to the next thing we got on here. Y'all got any Father's Day stories y'all want to share with the people? I'm gonna let El Green go first. I feel like I always go with Corey C first.
Story.
All right, let's get it.
I mean, yeah.
Well, cause I got stories for your old boy. You already know I got stories for
My
you.
old
You
boy.
already know,
You
man.
wanted this, so
Nah,
I
man, this
can't
ain't for the podcast.
So then I'm supposed to tell the story and it ain't for the cat. Man, you sound like Johnny B right now.
This ain't for the podcast. This for offline.
Hey man, old boy was a trip, man. And I really do miss him, man. I appreciate everything that he taught me, all the time that he did spend with me when he was here. Stories, I can't think of any good ones offhand. No.
Well, I mean PG ones.
Yeah,
If I start saying some stuff, you'll be like,
Yeah,
I know
I
exactly
probably
what
would
he's
too,
talking
but
about.
yeah,
But
nah.
I know what you're trying to.
I mean, he was a happy dude, man. He made a lot of people around him happy.
For sure.
From his, he was an infectious person. So
For sure.
it was a blessing to have him in my life as long as I was able to have him in my life. If I think of a good story after court, I'll come back to you. But right now, I can't think of a good one.
I mean, as far as Father's Day, man, I don't have any stories like that. My stepdad more so like I told you, the manly man, he's like, nah, I don't need that. I don't need this. I don't need that. But so I think he see what he wants that stuff. I think, but he don't want to seem like he don't want to come off as wanting to be celebrated. So I don't really do any celebrating on that.
Well, it don't have to be a Father's Day story. It just be a story you want to share about your dad. Yeah, it ain't got to be a Father's Day story.
Honestly, I don't have any that sticks out like that. I mean, as far as I can just, it's so much, man. I can't even. It take me all day to explain.
Yeah. I mean, as these young gentlemen were talking, I was literally trying to find a clean one.
That's what you want.
I was like, man, I'm really still trying to find a clean one.
Real, man. Like I'm scared to tell Pop.
Okay. Okay, I got one. Remember I told y'all that we used to play basketball all the time, and I remember like for the summer, like every night we used to play basketball from like 2 in the morning, 12 in the morning to like 3, 4 in the morning, like just straight playing basketball. I would say was that Lincoln Park. Just go down and play basketball for like 4 hours every night in the daytime, and that's more so we got a lot of our bonding there. And I think we have a lot of stories when it comes to basketball, or whatever. Those were our biggest wars, like because that's where I get my competitive. I can't even say it.
Competitive.
Yeah, competitiveness from like I'm
competitiveness.
Yeah, that's a. But yeah, just losing to him and stuff like that. And,
Have you ever beat him? Did you ever beat him?
as far as when he was playing every day,
Yeah.
I can never beat him.
Really?
I can beat him now, but I can't. As far as basketball, yeah, but anything else, I can't beat him. Nothing. Running, strength, fighting, nothing.
Well, you think you'll let your boy? Think you'll let your son beat you in anything, or you gonna make him have to beat you?
He gotta beat me. He don't have to beat me. Nothing this world is given. So I know I talk trash. I'm very cocky, so I can't. It's just in me to win. Like if I can beat you, I'm gonna beat you. So
I'm the same way.
yeah, I can't.
You gonna have to earn it.
Yeah, you gotta earn this. You gotta earn this W. So
What about you, Green?
Like Cole said, man, everything is earned. Ain't nothing given in this world. Now I wouldn't let them win because they gotta be tougher than men, actually, man, because they got more strikes against them. Unfortunately.
They gotta be tougher than men, though.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know, man. I think
They black and they women, bro. So it's already like that's 2. That's 3 actually, because they black and they women. We black men, but they black women, so they go through a whole lot, man. So, but yeah, I try to teach them that nothing is given. You got to work for it. If you want it, you got to be willing to work hard for it. And if you're not willing to work hard, then 9 times out of 10, you're not going to achieve your goals or accomplish what you're setting out to accomplish.
I got you. Well, you know what? I think I'll tell a story about my dad real quick. Like I said, this PG. I mean, this kind of PG, but it's not PG. Statute of limitation over. I should say that.
Wow.
I just say that, man. Listen, when I say my dad was a wild boy, he was a wild boy. I remember, I ain't gonna implement my cousin, but if he hear this, he'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I remember my dad took me and my cousin to a movie. I think we were both maybe 12, 13 years old. We was at the drive-in. Do whatever. You just watch the movie, you could drink. My dad, he liked to drink. He enjoyed his beverages. So we had I think he had a station wagon at this time. I think it was a brown station wagon, or was it the New Yorker? I don't even remember. But all I know is the movie's over. My old boy sleep, and when my old boy sleep, he sleep, and I'm talking about he sleeping hard. And I'm talking about he calling all kind of hogs, and my cousin like, bro, what we gonna do? I mean, I'm slapping him in the face. I'm hitting him in the chest. I'm trying to shake him. This dude won't wake up for nothing. So my cousin said, listen, man, this is what we gonna do. You drive us to your house, and I'm gonna drive to my house. And I said, look to the left. I look to the right. All right, let's do it.
Gotta get home.
He was already in the back seat because we was in the front seat watching the movie at the drive-in. So, hopped in the car. No drive. I'm 13 years old. Don't know nothing about driving. We on Sunrise at the what is it? The
Thunderbird.
Thunderbird Drive-In.
Bird.
All I say is, me and my cousin still alive. That's all I need to say. And I don't think we ever said anything to my dad about that situation.
Hell no, because he got us that next morning before he looked out.
I don't think he know nothing.
Damn, I got us this.
I don't think he know nothing about that. I don't think he know nothing about
Man,
that
that's a good
situation.
one right there, man.
And that's the PG one, man. I definitely got more, but I definitely can't. That'll be in the book, man. One of these days, I'm gonna have to read a book, man. He definitely gonna be in the book.
Yeah, you gonna get booked, alright.
Oh man.
Damn.
That's crazy.
So
I say damn.
y'all good? Y'all ain't got no stories?
I still ain't got one, man.
All right. Well, I ain't gonna.
got one, but nah. I ain't
We'll move on. Though. If he come in, we definitely listen. That's always gonna be welcome. We want to hear. I know y'all want to hear some stories from us, so that's definitely gonna pop up. All right, y'all got any advice for y'all kids or any kids coming up, whether it be men that don't have kids, or if it's men that have kids and you think we got any advice you want to share, or if you got some advice you want that you tell your kids that you want them to hear from you.
always put your necessities, what's necessary, what's needed before what you want. And that's about it.
Me personally, I'm gonna actually tell them about all my failures. I feel like instead of just giving them advice, they're not gonna take it. But you let them know, when I tried this right here, this happened. When I tried this happened. And you let them know all your failures, I think it gives them a little head start.
They probably still won't take it because they just don't listen to parents at all.
I was finna chime in
did
with
your
that.
job.
Of course you did your
So
due
when they-
diligence,
when
but
they-
you're
when
doing
they-
that by being there.
So
But
when they did exactly what you said was gonna happen, now you said, damn, my dad did tell me this. You can never sit and tell you.
You know what I'm saying?
don't
You know
never
what's
come
funny?
back
I
and
hear
say,
that.
I told you so too.
I say that to myself all the time. It's not with my dad though. As you see with my mom, where it's like, dang, she did tell me this.
Mhm.
But
And I
that's
still
because the
did it.
best teacher in life is experience, though.
You're right.
So I could talk to you, I'm blue in the face. I could tell you exactly what's gonna happen until I'm blue in the face.
Right.
But until you go out there and experience it for yourself and see exactly what's gonna happen, you ain't gonna believe anything I had to tell you.
That's true. That's true. I know for me though, like I said, me telling them is that emotion, man. And also, you know what I also do talk to them about is entrepreneurship. Like I feel like we always telling them to pay attention in school so they can find a job. I definitely tell my boys, man, listen, y'all could anything y'all want to do. You don't have you if you choose to work for somebody, you can.
Make it a choice.
Yes,
Don't
but
make
you
it
could
a
definitely
out.
do it on
Make
your
it
own.
a choice.
So that's one thing I think I didn't learn. Well, I didn't think about that till I was in my late 20s. My late 20s, early 30s, and it's a curve now, and we still trying to do it. We got some things in the pipeline that we're working on. Y'all gonna hear about it in the near future, all of us. So,
Coach C needed some cheese.
yeah, Corey. If you hear some crackling in the background, that's somebody.
It's a rat.
Oh, I forgot. This is cheat day, so he definitely enjoying his cheat day.
Yes, sir. It's my cheat day. I'm on a diet.
Hold on, nigga. It's Sunday.
Oh, happy
Sunday,
Father's Day!
King.
Happy Father's Day! Happy Father's Day!
Happy Father's Day.
Stop cheating. Put that line.
So, but yeah, so I definitely want to make sure that they know that if that's my advice to them is handle your emotions as best as you can, and know that you have the ability to control your future, whether it be entrepreneurship or if you decide to work for somebody. Just be the best at whatever it is you decide to do.
Mm-hmm.
So,
More black owners. That's definitely what we're trying to push.
so that's all I got from y'all on that end. Y'all got anything else?
I had a piece of advice when I was 18. I had moved out my parents' house. It wasn't my dad, but it was a friend of mine's dad, and he gave me a piece of advice that still stayed with me to this day. He said, whatever you decide to do in life, just make sure that you be hard to be replaced. whether it's your wife, job, sports, whatever. He said, if you're doing it, if you're gonna do it, make sure you be the best at it and be hard just be hard to get replaced by.
Be
another man.
irreplaceable. is what you
Yeah, be replaceable basically. And that stuck with me to this day. So I guess that's why I'm so competitive. Was to try to be the best at whatever I do, because that stuck with me.
That's dope. That's dope for sure. That's real dope, man. As a matter of fact, I think that's something. See, I'm glad y'all said that because that's something I'll probably write that down later, and that'd be something I probably try to, if not for myself, try to share that with my boys. Any dads that we've forgotten that y'all want to shout out before we close out of here?
My boy Marcus Williams, man. Like, he's a huge influence. I love watching him work with his boys. He's a great father, man.
And my Uncle Richard. Uncle Dorian.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it like this, cause I definitely don't want to make no. I know I'm forgetting some people, so I'm gonna say this to all my bros and all my companions. Y'all know who y'all is. I appreciate all the influence that y'all have shared on me. My brother Peavy, my brother Caddy. If y'all hear this, if y'all don't hear this, hopefully somebody let y'all know, man. Y'all definitely shed some light in my direction that I definitely appreciate. If there's nothing left, if y'all don't got nothing else for this Happy Father's Day special edition of the Channel Black Podcast. Before I forget too, we played that just the two of us, Will Smith. We thought that'd be a dope song to lead in for the Father's Day special. We don't own the rights to this song. So Will Smith, please.
Will Smith, a nice guy. He gonna sue us.
Please don't sue us, bro.
I be watching your Instagram and you live, bro. Don't sue us, bro. We good.
Yeah, please don't sue us. We don't own the rights to this song. But this is a dope song, man.
So basically, Graham stalking Will Smith is what I'm hearing.
I mean, he's not the only one. He's not the only one.
See, now ain't nobody said that.
He's not the only one. But we appreciate y'all hanging out with us for this Father's Day.
No.
Share some love. Share some love to the fathers that made an impact in your life currently, in the past, or in the future. Definitely show some love to the mothers that's playing both roles. We respect them, but this definitely is about the fathers, but we also respect the mothers that have to play both roles. We also, you know what, before we come out, I'm going to say this, and if y'all want to say anything about this, the fathers that's not there, I doubt there's plenty of people that follow us or that's listening to us that's not in their kid's life. But if you're listening to us, if you hear the sound of our voice right now, man, if you're not in your kid's life, it's not too late, man. As long as you got breath in your body, your kids need you. They want to be around you, and you need them, believe it or not. I feel like if you got breath in your body, man, be in your kid's life. It's not too late. And don't be like, if y'all not with the mom or whatever, don't say I can't because of the mom. Y'all can make that work. I'm sure you can make that work. And it's not about between what y'all got between the two of y'all. It's about the kids. All right? That's all I got on that. Let me hop off my soapbox real quick because I'm sure that's probably not what a lot of people want to hear. So, y'all got anything else? Y'all good? You good, Corey Z?
You probably covered it.
All right, you good, L Green?
Yeah.
All right, well, we definitely appreciate y'all for listening to our Channel Black Special Edition Father's Day episode.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day. Oh, and if y'all haven't, check out our Facebook page, Channel Black, our Instagram, the Channel Black Podcast. We got 2 followers on Twitter. At Twitter. I'm sorry. At channel_podcast. Or email us. Email us at the Channel Black Podcast at yahoo.com. Yeah, what you mean? There's a whole black Twitter.
Facebook and Insta chat. Snapgram. Right, what they be on right now? The Snapgram.
Oh man, they be on the newspaper. Listen,
My Facebook.
My Facebook. So we got the email at the Channel Black Podcast at yahoo.com and our YouTube, which you found us on the Channel Black Podcast. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that we on YouTube, the Channel Black Podcast. We out.